Carnival by Jennifer Bernardini. Jessica! I love to hear their screams, their anguish when they realize their child is gone. Their fat, stupid children. They come to me when I call, when I smile, and tell them I have something for them. Just a little gift. Oh my God, where is she? No one will ever find her. She's in my belly now, her bones licked clean, the sweetness of her marrow my dessert. They have their celebration every year by the edge of the sea. I can hear them, their laughter, their music, their joy. It makes me sick. I was human once, hundreds of years ago. A married man and I fell in love. His wife cursed me into this creature, bound to live eternity in the sea, never to sleep, always to watch. Every year I expel eggs. Children. I watch them grow, watch them thrive. Those babies, they're just like me, half human and half serpent. Every time I think they will survive, and I will no longer be alone, I devour them as they scream, unable to stop myself. I bathe in their blood, crack their little bones between my teeth. Every year, during the carnival, I steal their children. If mine cannot live, why should theirs? Hello, little one. It's easy, really, to lure these meat sacks. They don't question. They just come. Hi. The little boy is plump, carries a pink bear he won, has chocolate ice cream smeared across one cheek. Where is your mother? He points behind him into the throng of people. You look weird. He tilts his head to the side, trying to figure out what I am. I have my serpent form tucked beneath me, underneath a flowing skirt. If I am still, it's impossible to tell what I am. Would you like a treat? The boy looks back into the mass of bodies, trying to see if Mummy will stop him. I don't know. I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Well then, my name is Selna, and now we are acquainted. I smile, hiding my 3 rows of sharp teeth. Don't know what acquainted means. It means we are friends. What's your name? Bobby? Fantastic name for a fantastic boy. How about we get a treat? Where? Well, right over there. I point to the edge of the carnival, where the stone wall meets the edge of the sea. I hold my hand out. It looks mostly human, only slightly scaled. You'll like it. Okay. Bobby slides his hot, sticky hand in my own and walks with me to the edge of the carnival. Do you see it? I point out toward the sea, toward the setting sun. I don't. Look hard. I don't see anything. I want to go back. He knows something is wrong, but it's too late. I unwind my body from beneath my skirt, wrap it around him and dive into the sea before he can utter a single word. I take him deep into the water, hold him under until he can no longer breathe. until his struggles stop. I swim with him to the cave beneath the waves and devour him whole. His blood tastes like cotton candy, almost too sweet. I swim to the top of the sea, hide in the gentle waves as I listen to the screams of his mother. For hundreds of years I've been doing this. Part of me wants to stop, begs for someone to find out what I am, to kill me. I cannot kill myself. I have tried. Part of the curse, I suppose. I often wonder if I die, will I meet the legions of children I have devoured, both my own and others. I would like death to be stillness, darkness, nothing. I sit in the same spot as the night before. Posters of children I have consumed hang on walls. Police officers patrol, smile and nod at me as they pass. I smile back. Hello, miss. I look up into the eyes of a young man. It's not often I'm spoken to first. I don't want him. He's too large. Yes. I can tell he won't leave unless I speak to him. He sits down next to me and smiles. Can I help you? I'd like to uncurl my body, wrap it around his chest and squeeze until his eyes pop. Nope. Just wanted to sit here. Is that cool with you? I say nothing. It doesn't matter. I know if I move, he'll see me for what I am. Nice night. I look away, out to the sea. Come here a lot? Young man, don't you have anything else to do? I'm desperate for him to leave. I see children that belong in my belly. Nope. Nothing to do. He leans in close to me and he smells off. I don't know what it is. Sharp and metallic. Slightly rotten. I see you. As you should. I am right here. I have no patience for this. I see you. For a moment, I think his eyes turn yellow, slide sideways and become something other. Can it be? Can there be others out there like me? I suppose anything is possible, but this human, he's not hiding a serpent's body. He is wholly a man. What do you see? He turns away as though he lost interest in the conversation. Death is coming. He says, Death is here, I whisper. I know. He is up and gone before I can say another word. I make my way to the stone wall as fast as I can without giving away what I am. There is a child there, alone, small, sitting on the wall and waving to someone on a ride. Like lightning, I am upon the child and over the wall before anyone is the wiser. I don't drown this one, but stuff her into my mouth whole. The music and laughter hide her screams. It is the last night of the carnival, and I cannot concentrate. I cannot be sure I saw anything the other night, or if my desire to not be alone, to have a companion, has clouded my judgment, has made me see things that aren't there. I look for the young man, but I cannot find him. I sit on the stone wall this time. Children pass me and wave. I wave back, but I do not call to them. The carnival is almost empty, and I have not taken a child. My stomach hurts, hollow and swollen, and I know I have made a mistake. I look around, frantic to find a meal. Only grown men and women remain. You should have eaten. He sits next to me. I can hear your stomach. You cannot. He smiles as though I am the child and he is the predator. What are you? I cannot resist asking. I am like you. His eyes turn yellow and do not turn back to the brown they were before. I am a demon. I am no demon. This insult, it makes my blood boil, makes me want to drown him and eat his heart. He laughs as though I am the stupidest thing he has encountered. No? What are you then? I am Selna. I don't know what I am. That is who you are, but not what you are. You are a demon from the sea. He leans into me as though we are old friends sharing a secret. You thought you were alone, didn't you? The only one? I cannot speak, for he knows my mind. You were human, but your soul has twisted, darkened, turned to rot. You are demon now. His words are true. I uncurl my serpent half, allowing him to see me in my true form. He runs a hand over the red and black scales. I have not been touched since I was cursed. Not like this. I close my eyes. What demon are you? He doesn't have time to answer. I wrap myself around him and fall over the wall, into the sea. I hold him under. He doesn't struggle, just looks at me with wide eyes. He is not dying, not drowning. The water does not take him. I release my grip. He grabs my hands and brings them to his face. Under the water, inside the sea, he touches me, and I feel as though I've become human again. I look down, see my scales, and know I have not. I let him explore my body. I feel as though I am no longer here, floating away into nothingness. When it's over, and we lay together on the bottom of the sea, he closes his eyes, and I wrap myself around his chest. His smile turns to terror as I squeeze tighter. His sternum cracks. His blood, black and thick, oozes from his eyes and nose. I cannot stop myself. In a matter of months, I will have his demon spawn. I can feel them growing inside me now. I will expel the eggs, watch them grow, and when my babies hatch, I will devour them.
Used Car by Danielle Muething. You Carl? Yeah, you Frank? Frank gave a nod, and the two men shook hands. Frank had been looking for a car when he passed the grocery store lot with the used Toyota Camry. The orange and white sign in the front window caught his eye. He called Carl the day before, and they set up this meeting. "This is a nice-looking car," Frank said. "Does it run okay?" "It does," Carl responded. "I had it serviced not too long ago." "Can I ask why you're getting rid of it?" Carl let out a small chortle. "I just bought a new Subaru Outback, and the wife wants this one out of the driveway." Frank shook his head. "Say no more." The two men shared a knowing laugh. "Do you mind if I test drive it?" Carl paused. "Of course. I'm assuming you're okay if I come along for the ride? I wouldn't want you driving off with her," he joked, slugging Frank playfully on the shoulder. Frank barked out a laugh. "No, we wouldn't want that." Carl threw the keys to Frank. The men circled the car to their respective sides and got in. Frank noted how comfy the seats were. It was clean inside, too. A slight tinge of bleach stung Frank's nose. "Made sure to get it nice and clean, eh?" With an exaggerated shrug, Carl said, "I wouldn't want you to find all that blood in the trunk." The attempt at a joke fell flat, and he cleared his throat. "Shall we?" Frank turned the key, and the car purred to life. He backed out of the space and headed for the exit. "If you turn right out of here, you can get to a nice long, curvy road so you can see how it handles." "Sounds good." Frank maneuvered the car out of the parking lot, and they were on their way. After a moment of silence, Carl asked, "Are you from the area?" "Yeah, not too far. Just up past the high school." "My kid goes to that school." "Oh yeah? What grade?" "He's a freshman. This is his first year there." Frank rolled his eyes. "Ah, geez, that's the worst time." "Isn't that the truth?" The car was rolling along nicely. Frank didn't notice any strange noises. The alignment held steady when he loosened his grip on the wheel, and the air conditioning was already cooling down the warm interior. He clicked off the AC and pushed the button to roll down the window. "You'll want to turn onto this road up ahead," Carl said. A green street sign sat at the end of a tree-covered entrance. Frank made the turn. Dense trees and bushes lined the road that snaked left and right. The car handled like a dream. "There's another road that turns off to the left up here. That'll take you to a gravel road that opens onto a straightaway. You can open her up if you want. There aren't any houses or anything on that road, so no one cares if you speed." He took the turn. The trees grew thicker as they drove on. The tires crunched along the path, which became rougher the further they went. "You say it opens up ahead?" Frank asked, realizing he had no idea where they were. "Yeah, just keep driving." Frank noticed Carl wiping his hands on his pants. "Are you too warm?" he asked. "Do you want to turn the air back on?" "No," Carl said, his eyes focused on the road. He licked his lips. "Just keep driving." The car bounced when they hit a large dip. "Whoa, if she can handle that, she can handle anything." Frank let out a nervous laugh. Carl didn't join in. His hands had moved to the dashboard. He gripped it so tightly that his knuckles were turning white. Frank slowed down. He stopped the car and put it in park. It hummed softly. "Why are you stopping?" Carl asked, his eyes darting all around. "This is as good a place as any," Frank mumbled. "What was that?" Frank's heartbeat sped up. He felt the weight of the knife in his inner jacket pocket. When Carl suggested this secluded area, Frank couldn't believe his luck. He thought he was going to have to find a way to get this stranger to not only get into the car in the first place, but then not panic when he drove him out to the middle of nowhere to do what he had to do. He found himself lost in the memory of his first time. That first man, what was his name again? Doesn't matter, had been selling a clunker. When Frank suggested they do the test drive together, the guy joked that he didn't care if Frank stole the old beat-up Honda. At first, he panicked. If the man hadn't gotten in the car, that may have been the end of something that hadn't even started yet. Eventually, he persuaded the man to join him. The man completely freaked out when Frank drove him to a large empty field. When he pulled the knife from his coat, the man started to whimper and cry. Frank disposed of him before he let the begging and pleading change his mind. In a way, it actually helped him with his decision. That guy was so annoying. "Please don't, I have a wife and kids," blah, blah, blah. After that one, the task became easier. People who sold used cars made for convenient targets. Since none of it was done officially, there was no way to trace Frank back to the crimes when all was said and done. He made sure to use a burner phone for all of his communication and never use his real name. Cleaning the car with a custom-made bleach solution made sure to remove any traces of DNA. Frank smiled at his own cleverness while pulling his knife free. It was then that he realized he hadn't heard a peep from Carl. He glanced Carl's way and noticed the glove compartment was open. Carl had retrieved his own knife and donned a pair of disposable gloves. They stared at each other wide-eyed, the sun glinting off both of their blades, the silence hanging heavy in the air.